Samsung UE65BU8000 Review. On paper, this television has plenty of value for its price, but the quality isn't quite up to par. It offers good features and apps, but it's not as sleek as others at this price point. Samsung's QLED and QD-OLED TVs grab the spotlight, but they're not the only ones from the company that sells well. We now have two new models in Samsung's budget UHD range, the UE65B and the UE65C. Samsung's obsession with slimness carries through to its Crystal UHD series, as the UE65B has a depth of just 25.7mm. In comparison, LG's supposedly slim 65-inch C2 OLED is 45mm at its thickest point. The slimness of the Samsung LED TV is helped by an edge-lit screen, where an array of lights that brighten and darken the screen are placed around its sides. The BU8000 would be a good candidate for mounting on a wall, but it makes some of the connection points difficult to reach. Most are side-mounted, which makes them easier to route cables through, but they're rear-mounting ports, so if you want a third input, you might need one of those right-angle HDMI connections. Aside from the fact that the BU8000 isn't designed for wall mounting, the feet don't slide well, and they're located at the edge of the screen, so you'll need to ensure that you have a large enough table or desk to accommodate this massive television. When viewing an image from a distance, performance will degrade quickly if the camera isn't pointed directly at the subject. For best results, use a tripod or steady hand. Also, avoid casting too much direct light onto the image sensor. Until now, I've complained about the sluggish responsiveness of Samsung's refresh of their TV interface, but the problem has been an unresponsive remote control. With the UE65B, however, the problem is everywhere, from the remote itself to the app to the web browser. Up until now, I've complained about the slowness of Samsung's refresh of their TV interface. But the problem with the UE65B is not responsive at all. It's just slow all over. The new interface has two main sections, one for browsing and another for viewing. Within the browsing section, there are several categories of apps and media to browse through, including recently viewed sources. The Smart Home Hub is split into different sections, including the main hub which contains the most important functions, the Game Hub, Universal Guide, which basically acts as a Google, and Settings. There are plenty of apps available for Android devices, from big-name brands to Samsung's own ones. Samsung has its own TV Plus offering, but there are plenty of alternatives too. With respect to video games, this TV comes with cloud streaming services like Utomic, and Videoge for now, Luna, in the US, Xbox Game Pass, and Stream Arcade, and Black Nut. There are 3 HDMI ports available, one of them is designated as an ER connector for sending audio signals from a TV to a compatible sound bar. None of these HDMI connectors supports HDMI 2.1. There are several ways to connect your computer to the TV including HDMI 2.1, DisplayPort 1.4, and Thunderbolt 3. Wireless connectivity includes 802.11 acres and Bluetooth 4.2. With HDMI 2.1, you get an automatic low latency mode that automatically sets the TV into its most responsive state for gaming. It measures just under 10 milliseconds, which is a fast response time for any TV. You also get high dynamic range support for consistent image quality across games. However, if you're searching for an affordable large screen for playing games at 60 FPS, then you may not be able to achieve anything better than the 9.5 milliseconds response time I've recorded. If you're after a high-quality game experience, then you might struggle to find something better. You can enjoy talking to your TV. With Bixby, Alexa, and Google Assistant, you can control other connected devices within your home. Compared to the Samsung QN90B Neo, the UE65B has an obvious and predictable gap in terms of image clarity and color accuracy. However, if you're looking at the UE65B on its own merit, it provides a good viewing experience. But its high dynamic range performance leaves me wishing for a more expressive display. When I tested the Crystal Pro XR monitor, its colors were duller than they looked in photos and videos. It was brighter when using dynamic settings, though, which produced an average of 337 nits across 5 different tests. That's not enough for an HDR video.